All right, guys, thanks so much for being here on our team call tonight. I am so excited to introduce our speaker, Eric Myers, tonight. So Eric and Dominique are very special friends of mine, very cool people. I first met them in the Dominican Republic last year, and it was really cool to see how much we have in common and how much we have such a passion for fitness and helping others. But they have a diamond team. It's almost a star diamond right now. They are Success Club All-Stars, and they're killing it. They have an amazing team. It's been so fun to watch them grow and progress. So Eric is an amazing speaker, and I know you're going to learn a ton from him tonight. So I'm just so grateful that you're here, Eric, and I'll go ahead and turn the time over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. And everyone, thank you so much for hopping on here. I would say, especially if you're on this call live, or even if you're watching the recording, that puts you within the top 3 to 5% of Beachbody coaches out of the 450,000 or whatever it's at. So first off, just acknowledge and congratulate yourself just for being here and watching this. Like that. But my goal is to give you guys some strategies and some tips that you can start implementing tomorrow or even tonight, right after this, so that we can create that energy. So I'm going to try something. I've never tried doing this from the phone. Something we do on our team calls, or if you've been on a call with me, is I always start it off with everyone getting up, and we're just going to dance it off. I can't stand up, but I'm going to do a little dance. Let's see if my music works here. But just to get the energy going, I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, it's not even going to work. But if you guys want to get up and just shake around, move around, there we go. Got a little baby dance going. Just get that energy flowing. Just start moving the body, because that's, I would say, and the whole idea of this call is energy and mindset. And you can keep dancing if you want to. Heather and Mark are getting down over there. Or you can join us, whatever you want to do. But the main thing I want to talk about tonight is mindset and energy. And again, I know you guys know this, but you have an amazing coach with Heather, and she is absolutely 110% here for you. So definitely take advantage, because I don't know anyone who has their hands as full as she does with a brand new baby, who is still hitting Success Club, leading a team, and just bringing it all the time and staying consistent. So definitely take advantage of Heather being there. I know she's there to help you and mentor you. She can't do it for you, but she is there for you. So just remember that. I kind of want to get into, I want to keep it short and sweet, right to the point. Let's have some fun tonight. I'll try to keep it just at about 20 minutes. And again, like I said, I want to give you something so you can take away from this call feeling empowered and feeling like you actually are in control of not only your emotions each day and your energy each day and creating that feeling that you just did from dancing around, but you're actually making it a habit and sticking with it. So the reason why I want to talk about energy is actually, and mindset, I want to start by talking about, so I don't talk about this part of my story often, but about 3 years ago, I was 22 years old, and I was first introduced to network marketing. Long before Beachbody, there's this company called Vima, and I'm not going to say bad things about Vima, but I stuck with it for about 6 months, and I wasn't hooked on that company, but I love the idea of network marketing, that you, in order for you to be successful, you have to make other people successful, right? And that's what we do as coaches with these programs and challenge groups and getting people results and then helping them become coaches, opposed to kind of that traditional mindset of you work your way up the ladder and you treat everyone like crap below you, right? It was much more empowering. I love the idea of entrepreneurship. I just got really stoked and excited about it at 22 years old. And I remember, so with that company, it wasn't anything like coaching. It was phone calls and house meetings, right? So you would bring over people to your house, you give them the presentation. It wasn't really about the customer. It was about signing up, as we call them, business builders, right? And so at that time, I was so stoked about this opportunity. And I remember at the time I was working at 24 Hour Fitness, just at the front desk. And it was after the first meeting I had, and I got all signed up with them. And I had so much energy that day. And I was just so fired up. and just telling people, like, I had no idea what I was talking about, right? This is like the first time I ever heard of network marketing, the first time I heard of this company, but I was so excited. And I'll never forget, I brought 7 or 8 or 9 people over to our the first like opportunity, presentation, which was kind of a lot for them. And I learned in that moment, like, you can do a lot. You can have a lot of influence on people by just being really excited and being really happy with your life. And it's not like this phony, like you put on a smile and then you're miserable the rest of the day. It comes from like a genuine feeling, sense of like gratitude, right? So that's what I want to help you guys develop, because we all know the opposite, right? We know what doesn't work with coaching. Tell me not the difference if, let's say, there's me and there's, let's just say, Mark, and we do the same 4 vital behaviors every single day, right? We have the same checklist of 10 things to do each day, and Mark gets on there and he's fired up. He's like sending people voice memos. He's calling his customers. He brings a ton of energy and passion. And then let's say I get on and I do this exact same thing that Mark does every day, but I'm like, hey, Matt, hey, I got a challenge group coming up. It's going to be like so much fun, dude. You're going to get great results. It's going to be $140. Like, that sucks. Let's be honest. Like, no one would listen to what you have to offer, right? And they just be like, get out of my face, dude. So, and that's dramatic and over the top, but I think it's such a point to make with the energy that we bring to coaching, and people can feel that through the messages you send them, through the voice memos you send them. When you call, like Carl Deichler says, pick up the damn phone and like call people and see how they're doing and talk to them and like be a genuine and a real person with them. So we all know what not to do, right? We don't want to have that dull. We don't want to just be that. Again, I'm not going to pick on other companies, but like just sending out mass messages like, hey, join my opportunity, buy my product. We're not going to go there. We're not going to do that. We're going to come from a genuine place of wanting to help and to serve people. So that's all great, right? And everything, but like, how do we do that? And the way I've kind of, my philosophy or attitude towards coaching, like everything we do with coaching, it's 80% energy, or 80%, let's just say energy, and 20% mechanics, right? So 80%, I was thinking psychology, 80% psychology, 20% mechanics or strategy. And the strategy, we all know this, like for our team, we have our calendar each month. We have the groups that we invite people to. It's talking to people. It's how we talk to people. It's, getting them plugged into these groups. We kind of, even if you're a brand new coach, I saw Lona's on here. Even if you're a brand new coach, I think it's all, like, it's pretty simple what we do each day. Actually, I think it's really simple. We do our workout programs and drink Shakeology, follow our meal plan. We read, listen, embrace ourselves in personal development. We invite people to these groups we have, or opportunity calls or something like that. And we recognize people. Like, I think that's pretty simple. I don't need to go to a 4-year school to understand that, right? But that's why I say that's about 20% of what we do as coaching. 80% is going to be the psychology that you bring to it. It's your mindset. It's what's going on in the back of your mind when you're messaging those people. And I get it when you're like, my team's not showing up. No one's doing anything. My challengers aren't showing up. I'm not going to bullshit you guys and say, like, I don't have those thoughts sometimes. Like, that definitely comes to me. It can be disappointing and frustrating, but we need to remember it all comes back to me. I'm not saying me. It comes back to each one of us, right? It's that personal responsibility. And we can't control if our challengers are going to show up, if our coaches are going to show up, if our challengers are going to finish the programs. But we have absolutely control the mindset, the attitude, the energy that we bring to people, the way we follow up and we stay consistent. We have absolute control over that. Getting on these team calls, like I said, just being on this team call, you're within the top 3% of Beachbody coaches right now. And all you have to do is not give up. Like, it's really that simple. So again, good job for being here. You're already doing amazing things. So just don't give up at this point. So like I said, I want to share like 3 strategies that I've used to kind of strengthen that mindset, right? Because I definitely wasn't the same person a year ago when Heather and I first met at Dominican. I wasn't the same person 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Damn sure wasn't the same person when I was voted most quiet in high school, when I was drinking 4 or 5 nights a week in college. I'm not the same person then. And I think the reason why many of us, even if you hear this message, aren't going to make that change is because one of the deepest desires we have is to stay consistent with who we think we are. So if I always just thought I was going to be a shy, insecure, awkward person, I would never change. So first, just being open to that, right? Before I even give you these strategies, being open to I can change. If you've seen, like a lot of the ideas I get are from Tony Robbins, and you'll see that. But if you've seen his movie, the Netflix one, I'll never forget this part of it. It's at the beginning in the intro, and he's like, you know, he's telling his story, and he's like, I created this, and I won't curse, but he's like, I created this mofo, you know, like I created this Tony Robbins image, right? Because he like, same thing. He wasn't the same person when he was 18, 19 years old. So it's cool and it's empowering. And I think it's freaking awesome that we have the power to change who we are to become the better, higher, more energetic, more compassionate, more loving, kinder version of ourselves, right? So we just, first off, just need to be open to that before we even get into these. The 3 strategies I want to share with you. The first one, like I said, I get a lot of my stuff from Tony Robbins. And it's this one I've been doing for the last like 2 months. And I would say it's made the biggest difference in my energy level just throughout the day. And it's this exercise called priming. So most of us are very reactive to what life is throwing at us, right? We get up. I've done this plenty of times before. We check our messages right away. We check our emails right away. We see what's going on social media right away. We're reacting to what the world is giving us instead of being proactive and deciding how I'm going to feel today. So it's this exercise called priming, and I'll send this to Heather, and I'll share this in our team page as well. But the idea is that you control, like first thing in the morning, you control the thoughts that are going into your mind. You control the energy that you have throughout the day. So like I just follow along it's like a 15-minute kind of guided priming, but the idea of it, like at the beginning, right, he gets you moving, and it looks kind of weird, right? You're like, it's like these breathing exercises, like you're putting your hands up in the air, you're like, it's weird, right? It's different, but successful people are willing to do the things that unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. I'm willing to look a little weird and get up at 4 a.m. every day so my kids can live a life that I didn't have, right? I'm willing to do something different. So it starts with like your breath and just the energy. And like I said, I get up at like 4, I take a cold shower right away, and then I start doing these. So it starts with like your breathing, the physiology, what's going on in your body, right? And then he takes you into like just gratitude, right? You put your hand on your heart and you just realize like really what a blessing it is just to be alive today, just to feel today, just to be able to think and to move and to talk and to taste today. So you do that for a minute, and then you focus on 2 other things for the next 2 minutes, and you're creating this mindset of gratitude and being thankful. And it's one thing to do it once a year on Thanksgiving and then stuff your face with turkey, but it's a whole nother thing to do it every day first thing in the morning. And you'll see it has a huge difference on just the energy, the excitement that you have throughout the day. So you do the breathing exercises, you do gratitude, then you go into, what's the next one? I think the next one is you go into like, he calls it 3 to Thrive. So 3 minutes of what are 3 things that if they happen, that would be just really great in my life. Basically 3 goals, but instead of seeing them as goals as I really wish this happened, I hope this happens, starting with the end in mind. So what it's going to be like when you accomplish those. And instead of saying, I can't wait for this to happen, I need to be Star Diamond already, I need to hit Success Club already, it's just being in that peaceful state of mind of I'm there, it's on its way. Like I may not have control over when it happens, but it's on its way, it's coming. And then the other one is, I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, so this whole thing, it takes you through like 15 minutes, and I'll send it to Heather. There's 2 versions you can do. Like I would if you don't get anything else from this call, it would be to start doing this if you can every day, but let's not even commit that much, just doing it for the next like 3 days. and then work up to the next 7 days, and then eventually making it a daily habit. So that's going to start to, again, shift your philosophy. It's going to change the way you think. It's the only way I can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and stay awake till 10 is because I decide my energy throughout the day. The next strategy, tip, advice that I have, we always talk about personal development, right? And I think it's the most vital behavior that there is. But I think there's a big difference between reading 10 to 15 minutes or 30 minutes of personal development a day. I think there's a big difference between that, like just checking it off your checklist, and making personal development like a huge part of your life, right? And that sounds dramatic, and I know I'm kind of weird because I like it and I enjoy it so much, but like it really does start to change your mindset. And I know this is kind of off topic, but like anytime I'm not hitting Success Club, or I don't feel like my challengers are doing that well, or my coaches aren't sticking with it, it's usually a direct correlation, a direct reflection of how much personal development I'm putting into my ear each day. So it doesn't matter exactly what you're listening to. I go on YouTube and I just find as many motivational, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, anything, Eric Thomas, anything that's out there, as long as it's something positive and going in my head. And I listen to it when I'm driving, when I'm doing the dishes, when I'm folding laundry, when I'm working out, when I'm going for a walk, when I'm anytime I can. Anytime I can, I have that in my ear, either in the car or in my headphone, or I got it going when I'm taking a shower. I put it on my phone, like literally as much as you can. And what that's going to start to do is like you can hear these ideas once or twice or even 15 times. But the way I think about it is like you really need to, you're reprogramming your mind. So we need to hear it again and again and again. And one day, one thing you hear is going to really click, and you're like, okay, I got to take that idea. You know, so whatever it is, like make personal development audios. I just use the example of audios because that's what I use the most. I just go on YouTube and I just search motivational videos, you know, and you can find anything and everything, or audiobooks, same thing. But really make it a huge part of your life. Any chance that you can have that going in the background. Still do your 10 to 15 or 30 minutes of reading each day, but have that thing going all the time. Like we hear Scotty talks about it all the time. The first year, right? He listened to like 60 books or something, or 60 times. No, he listened to the same book 60 times. So it's no wonder why he changed his life so quickly. And like for us to really make a change, it's going to take that massive action of really consuming it, letting go of anything that's holding us back, getting in the way. And I know I'm guilty of this. I've been watching too much Netflix lately. Like we got to let that stuff go, right? If we want to make a real change and to really impact not only our team and our family and the people around us, but as many people as we can. The third thing, so we talked about priming. We talked about just listening to as much personal development as possible. These are both things that are inputs, right? Input we're putting into our mind, and we're going to get a result from it. The third thing kind of contradicts everything I just talked about, and it's meditation. It's shutting everything down. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what meditation is best for you because I don't know. We're all different. But it can be as simple as 10 minutes a day, like just, and even like again, finding like a YouTube audio to listen to like follow along to. That's what I'm trying to say. But just shutting everything down and allowing those answers to come to us. And it's really ironic and funny that I'm talking about mindset today because this morning I went through my routine, right? I woke up early, I did my cold shower, I did my priming, I went to the gym, and then I came back. I got home at like 6, and I slept until like 6 till I think it was like 8 or 8:30, maybe even close to 9. I slept a lot when I got back. And when I got up and it was time to start going through my coaching and do my checklist, everything like that, I was not at all in the right mindset. I was groggy and I was tired, and I just wanted to rest and chill and take it easy the rest of the day. And I tried to just, okay, Eric, let's just do it. Let's go through it. Let's make it happen. But it doesn't work. So I had to step back, and that's why I really want to emphasize meditation. because I just took a step outside. I just tuned everything out. I set my timer for 15 minutes and just kind of let it all go. And then the answers started coming to me, right? Okay, this is what I need to do. You kind of like feel that energy building up. So I don't know what meditation practice or strategy is best for you, but find a way to shut everything down, because especially these little phones that we have and computers, there's so much data and inputs and stuff coming at us all the time. It's exhausting for our brain. So just find some time every day just to shut it all down, to relax, to unwind, and just kind of let those answers come to us. I'm going to check my notes real quick because that's everything I remember off the top of my head. But, oh yeah, so I guess I just want to end with kind of a gut check, and kind of taking a tough look in the mirror and just saying, like, if I wasn't me and I was just observing me, would I want to join that person's team? Would I want to join that person's next challenge group, right? Like, can you honestly look in the mirror and say, that's who I want to be following? That's who I want to be a part of. And I know one thing for certain. I don't know a lot of things about the world, but I know one thing's for certain. If you have breath in you, if you're still breathing, if you can still hear this and see this, if you're still alive, you still have room to grow. And you still have a lot of room to grow and a lot more that you can start giving. Because, yeah, you're going to get a lot of stuff in return. But as everyone on here knows, it's so much more fulfilling and rewarding for what you can give to the world and give to those people around you and give to the people you're talking to than anything that you're going to get back. So I know you have more in you. I know there's a higher level of energy that you can get to each day. I don't want you to be afraid of it, because I was really afraid of it at first. Eric, why are you so damn loud? Why are you so excited? And my family was like, what the hell is going on? But you can get there, and it's going to make life a lot more fun and rewarding, and just, I don't know. You guys know that feeling of just like, man, you just have those days, and you're just like, it just feels good to be alive today. Like, I'm glad I'm alive today. I just want to invite you to start having more of those. And you can absolutely control that, and you can start doing that every day if you decide to. So just remember those 3 strategies. Maybe even just start with one of them, the priming or the YouTube audios or the meditation. Like, anytime I get on a call and I listen, I don't try to take everything that speaker, that the person on there is talking about. I just try to take one thing that I can start implementing right away and just commit to that one small little action. So I pray, I am excited if I can give you guys just one thing tonight. I hope it helped. Heather, thank you so much for having me on here. I am more than welcome to hang out and chill and answer any questions and chat for a bit. But that's the agenda for the night.
I loved it. So I love the part about enthusiasm, because that makes a huge, huge difference. Personal development is huge. So I've been like that too, where I sit down to start working on my list and I just don't feel like it. And I find that if I take that time to meditate and take the time to read or listen to some personal development, then it gets me going. Like, it gets me motivated and it gets me back on task. So, and then the third thing is the gratitude. I love that you talked about that, how grateful we should be every day that we're breathing and that we're alive, because it's such a gift to be here and to be able to share what we have with others. So I really appreciate your words. Absolutely awesome. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to add? I'll unmute you. Okay, everybody's unmuted if anybody wants to say anything. All right,
I do want to say thank you. I'm very insightful on everything, and kind of just like elaborating. Eric, you asked me this morning what I'm doing personal help and development, and I told you I was doing some meditation. It's like, and I told you, like, your broga is like so inspiring. I'm like, I need to get back into it, because I used to do it and then I kind of lost track of that. But it does, like, once you start thinking about once I start thinking about how I used to feel and how energized and just focus on everything, it helped out a lot. So thank you.
Yeah, man, of course. And even like, I was going to say this earlier, but like, even personal development, like, it's not always about the books we read and the audios we listen to or the yoga. it's also like sorry, excuse my language, but like the shitty things that happen in life and what we can learn from those, right? Because we all know like the most powerful posts you see on social media is when someone's going through or gone through, or like Stephanie Chico talked about, going through tough times in life and then finding the blessing from it, finding something great from it. So personal development is even just like the stuff that happens in our life, and then just looking for somehow I can turn this into something good,
Definitely.
There's always some silver linings to every struggle that we go through. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for being here. We really appreciate it. You were awesome, and I loved everything that you said. So spot on, and really appreciate it. So I hope everybody has an awesome night. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.